بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Our program Spirit of Values. This is Dr. Tariq Rashid. In this episode, we will discuss the value of knowledge, the importance of knowledge. And once knowledge is there, we can increase awareness, increase responsibility, facilitate decision making, and this will increase also the experience, the learning of the staff. Let's start with this important value and how can we manage knowledge. The main objective of knowledge management is to provide the audience with the definitions, the tools necessary to successfully manage the knowledge within the organization, the department. It's a broad subject. We will facilitate this subject. The goal of knowledge management is to ensure that we have standardized methods, procedures that are used to efficiently and promptly handling the knowledge management. The idea is in order to invest in the skills as well as the talents, the knowledge, the experience of our employees. The higher goal is to achieve and improve the processes, the goals, the objectives in any organization. Now, let's check together today's challenges and why now organizations seek to understand the concept of knowledge and the importance of knowledge management. One of the main challenges nowadays is what we call globalization. We are in an open market. We have to compete in this market and survive. In the globalized market, they defined 4 elements of power. The first element of power is money. Money is power, which is the economy. The second is the technology. We live in a digitalized market. We have to master technology, but research and development and knowledge is one of the elements of power for organizations and of course then media and marketing. So we have 4 elements of power and we find that knowledge is part of this part of these elements of power. So how can we invest in the knowledge to go and market the research and the information? So globalization means we have to master knowledge management. The second challenge that we are facing is digitalizing. The world is moving quickly towards a digitalized concept, and the jobs of the future will include mostly digitalized jobs. The use of robotics, the use of technology, artificial intelligence, all of these require that we should have a good, excellent, perfect knowledge management. Also, one of the challenges is the future of jobs and the needed skills. Future of jobs, they concentrate in the conference for future of jobs on digitals and on digital market as well as on knowledge and the importance of knowledge and data. Lack of funds, shortage of some resources are also one of the challenges in today's market. And also we have other challenges that are facing organizations. When we have a strong, rigid culture with lengthy procedures and bureaucracy, we have to accelerate. The customers, all the citizens will not wait too long for our services, so we have actually to go with short-term procedures and policies, and we also have high resistance to change. One of the challenges, pressure from the end users for better services and highly changing demands with the new regulations. In such a case, we have to have a strong data management, knowledge management if our organizations want to proceed and achieve lots of issues in this market. So let's first start with the terminology: data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. Let's check what is the relation between the 4 terms. Data. Data is considered as the raw material. It's just numbers, facts. It does not mean anything unless we start processing the data. By processing the data, we mean, for example, comprehending, interpreting, trying to connect, understand more. Once we process data, we'll get information. So information is defined as processed data is information. What about knowledge? Now, the accumulation of information in a certain subject matter will enhance our knowledge. So, knowledge is the accumulation of information in a certain subject matter. After we use it in practical issues, we get the knowledge. And this is the heart of our discussion, knowledge management. Now, if we have lots of knowledge, accumulation of the knowledge of the employees of the management, we'll get the concept of wisdom. And once wisdom is there, we can go for quick decisions, we accelerate the processes, and always we seek to have wise people, expert people. So as we see that knowledge is the secret of success for most organizations. Now, knowledge management can be defined as performing the activities involved in discovering, capturing, sharing, and applying knowledge so as to enhance in a very cost-effective fashion the impact of knowledge on the department's goal as well as the achievement of strategic goals of organizations. Now, the idea is to create what we call the employee ID. The employee ID is very important for any organization to get benefit from the skills of any employee and to share later the knowledge. Let's look together for the employee ID. What should it include? First, we set the name of the employee, his or her qualification and certificate, and the job title or the position. For example, a manager of the financial department. Then, these are very essential for any employee. What is or her skills? What is the talents? And this is we discussed earlier in how to discover the talents of our employees. What are the values, the communication style of the employee, the leadership style, the strengths of this employee, the points of weaknesses, and his or her achievements in the organization. By having this ID for each employee, actually we are capturing the knowledge in this organization, then we will share together all of these skills and talents for the sake of the organization objective. Now, let's look together at what we call terrible statistics, and this was in the United States of America, which make a shock for all leaders and the managers of organization. In a study that included over 10,000 organizations, they found the following. Only 37% of employees, they know the real mission and vision of their organization. Although all the organizations have a mission and vision, but the problem in the awareness of the mission and vision. 37 only know the mission and vision, which means 63% of employees, they care for their salary, they don't care for the mission or vision of their organization. 1 out of 5, which means 20%, is enthusiastic towards achieving his or her organizational goals. The other are only there for the sake of the salary at the end of the month. 1 out of 5, again 20%, can connect his or her job title with the objectives of the organization. 15% only feel security. 85% they are feeling not secure in their job. The disaster was in this. 20% only trust their top management, while 80% they don't trust the management. And when they do, why people or employees does not trust their managers? They found in another study that you would trust top management or your manager when he or she has the 2 C's of trust: credibility and competency. So if this is there, we trust our managers, then we can improve this. And 13% only enthusiastic to achieve through a teamwork, and 87% of people believe in themselves rather than in the we concept of team spirit. This terrible statistics caused lots of discussion and debate. Why and how can we improve this? And they started looking for the trust in the leaders, the sharing of knowledge, the importance of sharing the knowledge to modify all these statistics. Now, in order to have a knowledge management, we have to check our resources. There are what we call knowledge resources. So knowledge resources refers not only to the knowledge currently we possess by the individual or the organization, but also the knowledge that can be potentially obtained from other individuals or other organizations. When we have strategic relations with other organizations, we can share the knowledge, we can enhance our knowledge, we can share, for example, in international conferences, in workshops, in seminars. This will enhance the knowledge within the organization. And we have two types of knowledge: tact knowledge and explicit knowledge. By tact knowledge, we mean the knowledge to be shared, transferred, and protected. And we create what we call PDP, Personal Development Plans, for our employees. This is the career path and the development path. The development path, by sharing the knowledge from top management to their employees to enhance the effectiveness and accelerate the achievement of goals within any organization. Then we have three models we apply in order to gain the knowledge and share the knowledge: job rotation, job enrichment, job enlargement. By job rotation, we mean we have to let the employee go through the several departments or several units in a certain department. By this, we are trying to enhance the skill of the employee in the different tasks in the organization. And by this, we can discover by evaluation in which unit this employee has the better achievement. So by job rotation, we discover the abilities, the competencies, then we start job enrichment. By job enrichment, we enhance the knowledge by sharing, by, for example, sending to get a master's degree, by sharing in conferences. All of these will make job enrichment. Once we make job rotation, job enrichment, we can go for job enlargement. By this, we get higher positions for our people and employees. Then we have also, for tactic knowledge, is the exit interviews, the coaching, the mentoring, and the counseling. By applying all these techniques, we can enhance the concept of the knowledge to be shared with other employees. Now, explicit knowledge. The explicit knowledge includes any issue or knowledge already known to all employees. Now, if we want to define an organization is a set of systems. You find HR system, financial system, IT system, so a set of systems. Each system is a set of strategies. Each strategy is a set of policy. Each policy is a set of processes, and each process is a set of procedures. Each procedure is transferred into projects. This type of knowledge is the explicit knowledge, which should be known to all employees if we want to achieve lots of issues in our organizations for the sake of the organization. Now, what are the solutions available for knowledge management? Knowledge management solutions refer to the variety of ways in which knowledge management can be facilitated to the team. So it includes the knowledge management processes, the knowledge management systems that we have, the mechanisms, the technologies we are using, and the infrastructure in the organization. Now, the knowledge management systems are the integration of technology, mechanisms that are developed in a certain organization to support the knowledge management processes. If we look at the overall big picture of knowledge management solutions, we have the infrastructure. The infrastructure includes all the database, and we mentioned that data is the first step if we want to go to information, then to knowledge. So the infrastructure, then we have the mechanisms and technologies, then we go for the systems in order to define the processes from which we can provide the solutions that will help our organizations to grow and achieve its goals. Now, we have a concept of knowledge capture. Knowledge capture is defined as the process of retrieving and either explicit or tacit knowledge that resides with people or organizational entities. Knowledge captured might reside outside the organizational boundaries, including consultants, competitors, strategic alliances, our customers, suppliers. All of these will define the concept. So in this episode, we look for the value of knowledge management. How can we capture, how can we transfer the knowledge in order to get for a rich achievement of our organizational objectives. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.